Hello, one and all, and welcome to another exciting adventure on Spirit Sessions of View the Light, where we are continuing our inspired talks surrounding the Divine Feminine, the rise of the Divine Feminine. So I welcome you and I invite you to share this with your friends. We're pre-recording, but we will still be there with you in heart. And today we have Rhonda with us, my co-host Rhonda Elliott, and our guest today is someone special who we've all known for so long. It's our dear sister Anne Solmunde. Woo! And Anne has been on this tremendous journey. I've seen her touch bases with, when you touch bases with me every now and then, boom, boom, boom. And Anne has been on an incredible journey, and I had to invite her on the show because she's talking about self-love, and we all hear about that. Oh, self-love. Oh, yeah, yeah. But you know what? The way Anne embodies it is so fresh and new. And I know she's got like self-love ideas that are up to date for 2025. So, Anne, I'm looking forward to it. But before we start, we're going to have our card from the week from Rhonda Elliott. Woo-woo!
Thanks, Teresa. So happy to be here. So happy to be here with Anne from the Faroe Islands. And if you don't know where the Faroe Islands is, as somebody asked me today when I was telling them you were coming on, and number one, you're 5 hours ahead of us. Number two, if you figure the UK and Scotland are here, and Iceland is here, and Denmark is here, then the Faroe Islands are somewhere up in here in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And so it's not dark till nearly midnight because she's so much further north than us right now. But your average temperatures are much milder than ours are here in Canada, which is wonderful. And it's so interesting to see all your pictures from the Faroe Islands. So if you want to meet Anne, check her out on Facebook. All the links are attached to this this video description and also later on our podcast. But today I just pulled a card, and it's from Denise Lynn's Sacred Forest, because I was feeling all foresty as all the leaves are starting to come out on our trees here, and it's spring in Ontario, Canada. Since we're a truly international show today, it's Teresa from Tennessee and from the Faroe Islands. It's the butterfly spirit. Ooh. And this is the spirit of the butterfly says, the past is behind you. Everything is changing. It's time to launch a new cycle, a new project. With care, miracles can abound. And such an apt one for the springtime, and really an apt one for our subject today, which is self-love. So, Anne, like Teresa was saying, we've all heard about self-love, but what the heck is it? And how can we embody it? And how can we actually practically use it and like practically do stuff that reflects self-love? I mean, yeah, going to a spa day is just not enough, right? There's lots of other things that really on a day-to-day basis call for self-love. And can you, if you can give us a little description, and also just maybe give us a little bit of just a little bit about Anne at the beginning and how you came on this journey and how you got here. Just one sec, I'll put you in the big spotlight. I'll move over there. There we are.
Thank you so much, ladies, for that grand introduction, and thank you for having me again. Yes, I love that card because I feel like that is very appropriate, like you said, for this time, this topic. And it's a great question. What is self-love? Because you mentioned the day at the spa. That's more like self-care, like because. Well, for me, I've always been very harsh on myself. I've been having very negative self-talk, and it has, what's the English word? Lowered my self-worth and my quality of life. And also it has affected my skin and also my metabolism. So I felt like in circa 2018, I went for help. I went to get help from someone, and she guided me towards massaging myself, like having a intimate time with touching myself and speaking positively, like using oil and, being very present within the body. And within, you have to continue to do the work in order for it to positively manifest within the body, within the mind. I remember my mom saying, you need to do something for 21 days for it to stick. So, and I continued to do these things, and I saw positive results, and I was, there's something to this. More women need this.
The issues are in the tissues, right?
Yeah, that's really good. And when was it? I was getting a download in January of 2023 that I needed to find a self-love journey. That I was like, where do I look? But nothing. I couldn't find anything. If I found something, it didn't resonate. Okay. So I was following this woman on Instagram, and boom, there she introduced self-love coaching. I was like, that's it. That is it. And I immediately signed up. And that took me really on a deeper journey, because what I was learning, we had to do ourselves. So, and also that is what I am now, a certified self-love coach. And I'm also very spiritual, and I'm many things. Like you ladies are probably many things, and also people that are watching here today. Like I am a Reiki master. I am a intuitive healer. I am a certified Akashic Records Practitioner, a self-love coach. There's many things. So I like to combine things.
Yeah.
Also, I like to incorporate, like with clients, incorporate numerology and astrology. So it's like a boom, 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 boom. But a self-love coach is not someone who fixes you. It's someone who guides you. So what is your issue? And then let's figure out the issue. What do you want? Often, very, very often, people are so out there instead of being here inside of us. And that's a huge problem today, because there's so much surface level. You have to do this and do that in order to be successful, in order to be noticed. There's so much looking outside that this inside is lacking.
Yeah.
And I see all these like women nowadays, Botox, fillers, and fake this and fake that. And the only thing I have fake is my nails, but that's because I scratch my skin. I need like extra protection. That's protection for me. But it's for me, my mission is to bring people back to their heart space. Okay? Because I was just telling some clients of mine like a minute ago that so many people are looking outside of themselves, and the question's always inside. Yeah?
Yep. Yep.
So a self-love coach does not do the work for you. I guide you through your emotions, your obstacles, your issues. So, I just feel like we should take a breather. Is that okay? Let's do that. So just sit up straighten your spine, and just put your shoulders back. And just take 3 deep breaths in with your nose, in through your nose and out through your mouth. So breathe in. Welcome to make some sound while you exhale. And breathe in. And out. empty out those lungs. And last one, breathe in. And then hold your breath a little bit longer. 3, 2, 1. And exhale. Just allow everything to settle and land. So, we also have to think about, how do we talk about ourselves? What do we think about ourselves? Is it positive? Is it negative? Are we repeating old, outdated cycles like, I'm not good enough, or I'm not pretty enough, I'm not thin enough? That has to stop, and it takes time. And during a self-love coaching session, I will guide you through a obstacle you might have. And I'm a firm believer of, when you take something out, you need to replace it with something good.
Right.
And also, when a session ends, I'll give you tools so that you can integrate and do all the things that you need to do in order to be your best version, or to become a better version of yourself.
I love that. What's been your favorite tool so far that's helped you the most?
I would say the one that comes to me as this question is asked is the horse and rider.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
No, I'm not sure if it's the disconnect from the head and the body.
Okay.
It is so interesting, because when I was taken through this journey of connecting to the mind and then connecting to the body, they were not in sync. My head was way ahead, and my body was like, oh, I can't, like, slow down.
Exactly.
So there in the horse and rider, there's a communication. You communicate with the mind and the body. Like the head speaks to the body, and then the body speaks to the head, until everything is like out in the open. It's a beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, I bet it is.
Yeah.
It's synced up. So how do you actually do that? How does that actually work? How do you get your mind to sync up with your body? And is there some little practical things we can do, or is it? Because I know a lot of us are always planning, and we're not really living right now. We're either forecasting or backcasting, we're never really right here. So.
Yeah, never in the present. Yeah, so it takes awareness, it takes presence, and it takes patience. You need to connect. You deeply need to connect and listen. Because when you listen, you can hear, the mind has its own, its own consciousness. I mean, you can lie to yourself. You can lie to others. You can manipulate yourself, gaslight yourself and others. But I'm a firm believer in the body knows the truth, that the heart is in the soul. The soul is in the heart. And therefore, our body also always speaks the truth. And when there's a disconnect, there's a disharmony. That takes practice. A lot of people can't do it just after one time, because they're too much in the mind.
Yeah,
you need to
it's a new muscle. It's like you're building a new muscle, or new neurotransmitters. There's an old highway to the old thinking, and now you're building a new highway for the new thinking. It takes a time, huh?
It does. That's a great way to put it. Mm-hmm.
I love that. What an incredible journey, though. What was it like finding your tribe when you found the one from Instagram? Is that where you said? Where was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about this. It's exciting.
Yeah, it was a sisterhood, like
Yeah.
coming together. It was great. It was so beautiful, just being held by other women. I actually found out that I had a sisterhood wound
Oh,
that stems actually from when I was a witch in another life.
right. Wow.
You know, betrayal between
Yeah.
women. Yeah. So I also needed to go through that.
Yeah.
So that is also an act of self-love, to take yourself through that journey, to allow yourself to feel the feelings, to cry, to be in it. When we experience something and we don't process it, like trauma or grief or anything, it's still in the body.
Yeah.
When we don't allow it to come out, it stays. A lot of people don't know that, especially, I mean, here where I live, they don't know that feelings are that important, that they need to be acknowledged, seen, felt, and then allowed to leave. And I believe that is also like part of the healing, you know, if you do energy healing.
Yeah, because a lot of times they get stuck in our body and cause dis-ease, right?
Absolutely.
Disease. So, in fact, that's where most of our dis-ease comes from, is those.
Yeah, emotions, feelings. Yeah,
I think so.
Definitely.
I love that. I had a kind of a question. Let me build it up. Like it's mostly, what is it that seems to take us the most out of the self-love? And I know you spoke about the busyness, you know, when we get in the mucky muck of life. And then we know that there's family patterns, and even society has things that it wants us to be that's not exactly fitting us. What do you think is creates the most disconnect for us?
That's a good question. I believe it's part of all things. I mean, also how you're brought up.
Right.
So if I don't want to put my family on the spot, but a lot of my family members don't speak to each other very pleasantly. And I adapted that. My siblings adapted that. And at one point I was like, I don't like the way they talk to each other and myself. And I was like, I do the same. I do that as well.
Wow.
Like, and I stopped doing that. Because
do you just do it to your loved ones, or do you do to all people?
Mostly my loved ones and myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My loved one, the only ones you feel safe doing it to, right?
Yeah. Also because it was a pattern.
Yeah. Family.
Yeah. And then when I broke that pattern, like my family was like, what's going on? I don't feel safe around Anne.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
So she's being nice.
Like what? Yeah. Also, one thing is that another thing I mentioned to my clients today was, we get caught up in what is new. Oh, something new. Let's go. No, the old way is a great way. No, go back. Let's go back in time. Ground. Do the cacao medicine or the plant medicine, or just go barefoot on the grass. Go swimming in the water. Like, get away from like technology too much.
Yeah.
Be here.
Wow. There's nothing better distracting than a phone and scrolling mindlessly, getting those dopamine hits and doing nothing. And actually you are doing more than nothing. You're doing self-harm.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I believe that societal, yes, absolutely. They put on programming, and you get what you know from family, and also what you take in from past lives.
Right.
Like I mentioned, sisterhood wounds, and also being burned at the stakes. You know, there's so many things.
That stuff leaves a mark, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
It's going to leave a mark. It did. Yeah.
Yeah. Those kind of changes are too much.
Exactly. Whatever. Yeah. It's
So did I answer your question, Teresa?
Oh yes, yes. I'm just trying to think of more because I've been so excited because every now and then I get to catch one of your videos, and it's like, oh my God, look at Anne now. Sometimes you're singing, sometimes you're screaming, and this is the kind of therapy that my daughter does. Sometimes we're coming home and it's been rough, and where we were, and so she turns on this Linkin Park song, and I forget that she's going to do this. So anyway, here we are. We're coming home. We got like an hour ahead of us, and all of a sudden she gets to that part of that song, and she goes down between her knees, and it's healing. It's getting a lot out, and so I see you doing those.
That is a great self-love tool. It is, because that is a way to express yourself, to get everything out. So you might have seen me. I don't know if I posted it on Facebook, but I did post it on Instagram one time where I go like really on the bed because I had some anger in me and I needed to release it. And also, just express yourself, feel what your body wants. Like when I listen to music that I love, my heart chakra like beams.
Yeah.
And when I dance, my heart is so happy. It's like, that is why I do it. My body craves it. And a lot of people don't dare to do the things because it's not normal or it's weird. Like for me, it's like, fudge that. Do whatever makes you happy and what resonates with your soul, because we don't all have the same journey. Like one tool might work for your daughter and one tool might work for you, Rhonda. It's not the same. Like there are rage rituals, and one of those things that your daughter does, that is one rage ritual. So that's a good thing. Congratulations to Molly. So,
I'll tell them. Thank you.
Yeah. Well done.
Yeah. I love that.
One thing I love to do also is, now I don't know what I can say on here, but touch my body lovingly, speak lovingly, have good thoughts. Like, even though I don't look the way I want to look. I gained a lot of pounds, and I was not happy, but I caught myself. I was like, you know what? If I am this weight right now, it's because I need to be. So I accepted it. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. How cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also, one thing that I've noticed is that a lot of women, they pack on weight because they don't feel safe.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a protection.
Oh yeah. Physical protection.
Yeah. I do that.
Yeah.
Well, so when you think 1 in 3 women have been physically, sexually assaulted sometime in their life, that's 1 in 3. That is the statistic, maybe more.
A lot.
That's a lot. And it just keeps getting higher. And think of the rising obesity rates and correlate that. And it's not just women, it is men. The men's statistics is 1 in 4. So a little less. It's a little 1 in 5. It's a little
still high.
Less. It's still high. Yeah. It's still high. So you figure you pack on those pounds, and you can just look down the street and you can see, are you one? You're one?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have several clients that have been sexually abused and stuff like that. Men and women.
Yeah.
So,
and then try to love yourself after that, like self-love, like, because then it feels like almost like when you're, I don't know, it almost feels like you can't because of the shame, like the shame of what somebody else did to you is affecting you.
Also, as women, we often think it's our fault. And we also have been told that it's our fault. Oh, you shouldn't have dressed that way.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have provoked him. No,
that's enabling them. Yeah.
It is. And definitely.
Yeah, it's degrading the other sex too, as if they have no self-control, instead
real.
of just a few predators have no self-control. So yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with anything. So, yeah, so self-love, I think women need it more because of those statistics. Like we need to be able to love ourselves more because we have so much more garbage hanging over our heads. Right?
Also because, women do so much, especially mothers. They have all these tasks they have to do, and they don't always feel enough. They don't always feel good enough. They don't get appreciated. So it is so good to give yourself what you need. If you need nurture, nurture yourself. If you need touch, touch yourself. What I do every morning when I get out of bed, I put some oil on my hands and I massage my breasts.
Oh,
because
nice.
I connect to my heart chakra.
Oh, yeah.
I had put myself in a box as a protection. So my self-love tool to open up that cage again was to breast massage, and I massage my breasts.
And that is so good for your lymphatic health and for preventing
Yeah.
all sorts of diseases, as well as promoting self-love. Just doing that action, your lymphatic system detox.
Yes, thank you for mentioning that. Also, self-pleasure. That is really connecting to your sacral chakra. It is so important as women because that is where creation is. That's our creativity, our life force. It's a portal. We're so powerful. We're so, so powerful. My gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Because we're a portal that brings other souls to the planet,
Yeah, and we create things.
Pretty cool.
It is.
When you think of it that way, yeah.
Well, I haven't brought any human to this life, but I don't think that's a part of my journey, but I've created some stuff anyway.
Heck yeah. Have you though?
You can be a surrogate for lots of other women. So
I could.
Bringing their souls back to earth and bringing them back into themselves. That's such an important job as well.
Yeah.
So what oils are you using when you do this? Are you using oils like based on what you need, or or do you have your favorites, or what?
At the moment, I'm just using a jojoba oil, but you could definitely put some lavender in there, or sort of orange, or frankincense. Also, I love to take Epsom salt bath with some essential oils. And if I'm feeling extra, I would put some rose petals in there as well.
Oh, nice.
Like some candles. And some days I have a glass of wine. Or some days I have my cacao, my cacao ritual. And I always set intentions when I take a bath. Like I put energy into the water.
Yeah. Do you put Reiki into it and stuff?
I actually don't use Reiki that often anymore because I feel like I've experimented with my own soul's heart's energy, and the people that I've experimented on, they feel that is more powerful. I don't know. It works better on them. So
I love it. Yeah.
No offense to any Reiki practitioners or masters. I am one. I
think Reiki works through people, and no matter how clear your good clear channel, it's going to work better through you than through just somebody who's just half-assing it. So the practitioner does make a difference in Reiki.
Absolutely.
So you bring your soul to it as well as the universal energy. It's awesome. Yeah. So also Reiki gives people permission to touch themselves. When they feel like they don't have permission to touch themselves in a society that's kind of still a little backward, but Reiki gives you permission to touch yourself. So.
I feel that in my heart chakra.
Oh, beautiful.
That's good. Awesome. Beautiful.
I love
So
that.
I don't know how long the show is these days.
Well, we've got some time. You were going to give us a little gift here. I heard earlier, and tell us how you found this about yourself. This is interesting. Like, how did you find light language?
So in 2019, I was in a group, a spiritual group, and the facilitator or the organizer, I don't know what to call her, she spoke light language, and another lady spoke light language, and I was like, what is that? Like, what is that? Like, it's so beautiful. And I remember it touching me so like hard, and I got emotional, and I was like, that feels like a calling to me. So I asked her if anyone could do that, asked all the questions, and she said, well, I can see that in a past life you cut your tongue off because you thought you did some bad light language, so you have a blockage.
Right.
Okay. So I worked on that blockage, and after that it just came through. And it took me years before I was comfortable sharing it with others. And sometimes I still don't really feel comfortable, but I do it in the right circumstances without any problem.
Oh, yeah. Your messages when you send your light language, oh my God, it's so precious. Your voice, it just comes through the whole body. You know what I mean? From everything. I feel your essence about you and everything. It just, I love it when you do that. Yeah.
It's so interesting because sometimes it's an activation, sometimes it's in healing, sometimes it's like a message from your soul. Because sometimes when a client has come to me and I say, I get this message that your soul has a message for you, or you're open to receiving it, and then it can sound different than from something else. It's almost never the same. So it depends on if it's from your soul or from your guardians or your angels or Pleiadians or whatever. And oftentimes I don't even feel into what race it is, but also I'm always a clear channel for whatever has to come through for the highest and best for everyone.
Right.
Yeah. So I was thinking that to bring in more, to activate self-love within us and to ground it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
So I would suggest to just, again, straighten your spine and relax your shoulders and just set the intention to be open to receiving. Maybe close your eyes. So I'll be talking in a language that probably, I don't know if anyone knows it. So just don't mentalize it. Just feel the energy because it's energetics. All right. Listen to this. Okay. Arutu ati eki ana urusu e theyati ni aka eki. Arashi yato no okui sisa ni aka rosu atanaka yetanea. Arane aka wasane kapsutu aniki sa arana ka teyanike wate. Tinsi akie motu shura tasakiana kiana lokoro koshatana. Barasanda kashea anoko asatana tayetrene. Arosususu anakuko kene kera kesetataya. Tututuru nukushi nikirka tarasakatona rateya. Ekanja sekere nasata. Arasasosonara yaka anokura nasakiti sepatere tetiatoko. Apukwa nataranta se eke suara sante atanayeke. Eseki entitia torosokota. Ashuswini anaka atea takura sataya sikichichenekea. Ano kukuda na karasa te te atanoia. Amaka ase asoane ke arakasatani. Ase eki uyatanata. Arete tishaniki anakura shisesianiki anakura tachadati atokwatana. Urtucheneki enda ayanaka asetana. Hamwatana arasa sasiata kaniata ko anda eyesekiatana. Now take a deep breath in and blow it out. Another deep breath in and out. And last one in and out.
Oh, that was awesome, man. Thank you. And those who are driving, you can re-listen to this on our podcast and skip ahead to this part and we'll go through it a few times. If you need some coaching on self-love through Anne's light language, please. That was beautiful.
Yeah, thank you, Anne.
Transportative.
Well,
Transportative. Yeah, transports you somewhere. I'm not quite sure where. Yeah, lovely.
Go ahead.
Real quick, because it's hard to put into words. I felt like there was an orange sunset, kind of purpley orange, and I felt like someone had come to me, and it was like evening, and they were helping me to put everything to rest, to end everything, because I was getting ready for a new day. And it started with that. So it's like, wow, that's so weird and interesting, but that's what I was getting.
Thank you, Teresa. I love that when you try to express what you experience. It's so interesting, and I love it.
She always has such interesting pictures.
Yes. Yes, it has some great experiences. What I noticed is that I felt actually that the Arcturians come through.
Yes.
Yeah, and I could see green energy. And also when we think of green, we got the heart chakra.
Right there.
Ah.
So it makes sense.
Yeah. Green makes sense too to me. There was a lot of green in mine. Yep.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Very cool. Very cool. Somebody was coming through and they were walking in a green field. So that's cool.
Wow.
Interesting. That was interesting. Yeah. So Anne, it's getting near the end. Please tell us how people can find you and if you have anything new going on or you got anything coming up, workshops or whatever. In the next little while.
For my English speaking people, usually I point them to my Instagram. So my handle is, I think it should be in the link I gave you. It is at Self-Love Coach Anne on Instagram. Right. And I do offer self-love coaching. You can do it one time, or you can come and journey with me for 4 weeks or 3 months if you really want to transform. Because often when we turn it to look, we have trauma, we have self-worth issues, we have like trouble speaking, and we don't feel safe, and we don't feel good. There's often a lot. And I mean, when you experience one thing, it affects like many chakras. So you can, so definitely. And also I will be expanding my horizons. I'm going a little more into the world of Tantra.
Oh.
So that would be, I'm actually not sure, but it has a lot to do with embodiment. So
yes.
Yeah. So
awesome.
Cool.
So I might be coming back in about a year's time.
Okay. Okay. Just call us.
I'll tell you more then.
Yeah. Okay. Call us. That's
That'd
awesome.
Be fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Heck yeah.
Tag team me on some of this. So, and since you've been going through your journey, and I know you've been on before, but your music tastes have changed. Have you got a new theme song lately?
Well, it's hard to pinpoint one song. And like I said to you earlier, for me, it's not about the lyrics and more about the vibration of the sound and also the voices. So a song that has been playing, like every time I hear it, I put it on repeat. And that is the song Us by So Below.
So Below. Okay. I'll have to look that one up. That's not a band that I'm familiar with, but
it's
not
like,
uncommon if it wasn't
No.
from the 70s or 80s.
I kind of feel like it's like a pop goth. I don't know.
Pop goth.
I don't know. I'll have to look up the genre of that song, but it's definitely something that catches for me.
Is there a gemstone that you've been working with lately? I know you collect rocks.
I used to. I actually stopped because I felt I don't need any more.
You got enough. Yeah.
Yeah, there are two that I always carry with me. That is Labradorite.
Oh yeah, lovely.
Yeah. And I believe this is in a moonstone.
Oh.
Yeah. So the moonstone I feel is connected to the sacral chakra.
Divine feminine. Yeah.
Yeah. I need that. And then third eye.
Right.
The blue the labradorite, I think.
Yeah.
So we got those two.
Got those two. Awesome. And have you seen any extraterrestrials floating around in the Faroe Islands lately? Or had any contact with extra dimensionals?
No. Just my family members that have crossed over.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, I get it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I was doing a reading for someone, and my sister actually, and my mom and my grandparents, they came through.
Wow. Oh, nice. I love that. I got one more question then.
Yeah, go for it.
If you're to look at this beautiful self-love chapter in your life, okay, and so from this standpoint where you are now, looking out at your life, what would you call your book based on your self-love outlook?
I'm not sure, but it would be something around come back to yourself, or something to do with coming back, because a lot of people are focused outside. You're coming home through self-love. That's really good.
Ooh, I love it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, we expect to see the book next year as well.
Okay. I would love to write a book. I just have to put everything else aside.
No, you know how they come to people all of a sudden, all at once. So it's like you go sit down to do something, and then overnight, whoops, I got a whole book though. So it'll come hard and fast. Just wait for it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm open to it.
Very cool. Thank you, Anne, for being on again. And I thank you for squeezing us in before your trip. We know you're off to Denmark this weekend, so that's why Anne can't join us live. We really appreciate you coming in and doing this pre-recording beforehand. And when you guys hear this, the next week after that is Rena Dwelly will be joining us, we hope. And we're going from the Faroe Islands to, I believe, North Dakota. So, yeah. So we're all over this planet, and we just like it that way. So stay tuned. And Teresa, any final words this week? Have you got anything that's going on?
On the Breakthrough Show Network, we've got Jessica doing Project Joy Live every morning. I think it's at 9 a.m. Eastern. It's 8 a.m. for my time. And then you get 3 doses of joy every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yeah. and Jessica just makes us joyful when she shows up. So her shows are, I try to sneak them in sometimes when I'm not too busy on 9 a.m. at work, but
Right.
sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Sometimes I can watch for a little bit. Sometimes I have to shut her down. But yeah, it's always a good thing. And we thank the Breakthrough Show Network for hosting us on their network, as well as you can find us on YouTube. You can go into our YouTube, and all our shows are there free and ad free for the most part, unless they put ads on, they haven't paid us for them, and which they do sometimes on YouTube. And Facebook will not be the best place to find our archived ones because they're starting to erase older videos. So YouTube still has all our videos. Our podcast has our last 4 of our 8 seasons. And that's through Spotify or wherever you get your podcast, Apple Podcasts, Google, wherever you find your podcasts. We're still on there every week. And you can also find us on the Very Paranormal Network. Jackie Dennison hosts us there, and she has a whole bunch of spooky shows on the Very Paranormal Network that you can watch, as well as Rescue Mediums, her shows. So it's very nice to be able to go in there and binge watch some of that stuff when you're sick of watching football or baseball or hockey or whatever you're sick of watching. So just speaking from personal experience. So that's a little my self-love. I just say no. I no to that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go out tonight, Anne, and enjoy your evening. You'll be out in the sunshine still for hours yet.
Yeah.
But the flip side of that is you have very long winter nights, right?
Yeah.
Which can be beautiful too. You get the northern lights there, or are you just out of that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Starry nights. I love to go stargazing in wintertime because I feel like I'm transported.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that.
Dark skies and beautiful transport. Yeah.
Oh
Be
yeah.
beautiful there.
Also, when you see this, it will be my birthday tomorrow. So.
Oh, really?
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you.
Happy birthday!
And thank you so much for having me. It's been just great and wonderful. Yes, thank you. I love you, ladies.
Love you too.
Thank
Stick
you.
around after. I'm going to hit the end recording and I'll bring up your trailer again. Thank you, guys. Talk to you later. See you all next week.